And this is what I try to think of every day, every night and every day, the good times I had with my daughter. And that was every time I talked to her and every time I seen her. It's really one question that I need to answer. Who killed my daughter?
Kennedy Hobbs.
Why and how it transpired, I can't even get to that. But all I know is it's not right.
An 18-year-old girl in Jackson, Mississippi was shot and killed outside a gas station on Tuesday, the same day she graduated from high school. Video available on Facebook shows Kennedy Hobbs walking onto a stage, removing her face mask, taking her diploma, and smiling for a photograph. 12 hours later, she was gunned down at a Texaco gas station. Kennedy was an 18-year-old girl that lived in Jackson, Mississippi. She attended Merle High School and was described as loving and outstanding. Her godsister claimed everyone loved Kennedy, from her classmates to her family to her friends.
The sweet, goofy little girl that she always was.
She was a great person, a wonderful person, great in school, a great sister, a great friend, a great role model, and she was the best.
Kennedy was vibrant and funny, a good student whose mother is a popular teacher at the same school she attended. Several of her mother's students said that she doted on Kennedy and often talked about her during class. According to sources, Kennedy was an only child and incredibly close with her mother. Such a driven teenager, Kennedy earned a certificate in waxing at the age of 17. According to reports, her mother built a shed in her backyard that Kennedy worked out of, called Kay's Wax and Bar.
She had a bright future, had already started her own business as a young lady, and graduated with honors.
As she approached the end of her senior year, she was preparing for her next big step in life. Kennedy was considering her college options, and according to her friends, she sometimes talked about becoming a teacher like her grandmother and her mother. School was very important to her, according to those around her. The scholar also supported and encouraged her boyfriend in school. Kennedy became friends with Williams during her freshman year. By sophomore year, they were dating.
Who's more annoying when they're hungry? Who's the homebody in the relationship? Who's more spoiled?
According to reports, Williams had considered dropping out of high school, but Kennedy encouraged him to stay and graduate. Sadly, around 1 p.m. on April 8th, 2021, Williams stopped by a local convenience store. In the parking lot, he got into an altercation, and eventually, Williams decided to drive away, according to police. But as he put the car into reverse, his assailant came around and shot him several times through the driver's side window. Although the incident happened in broad daylight with several bystanders, no arrests have been made, and the police didn't have significant leads. Never in a million years did they think this would happen to Kennedy too, a family member stated.
Evening, a teenager is dead, gunned down at a convenience store just hours after her high school graduation.
It's an absolutely heartbreaking story. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams.
According to her family, Hobbs's boyfriend was also shot and killed at a convenience store. It's unclear if the two shootings are connected.
As she prepared to accept her high school diploma that day, Kennedy crossed the stage with grace and grinned for a photo. After posing for more photos in the parking lot of her high school, Kennedy made stops at a graduation party and the cemetery where her boyfriend was buried after being fatally shot in April. According to reports, she laid down her blue honors tassel at his grave, snapped a shot on Instagram with the caption, "For you, baby." A little before 11 p.m., Kennedy stopped for gas at a Texaco station with 4 friends. 2 went inside the convenience store while the other 2 stayed outside. Kennedy was allegedly on the phone with a family member during this time. According to reports, an argument broke out the family member could hear over the phone. Then they heard gunshots, and Kennedy never picked up her phone again. 45 minutes later, Kennedy's mother and uncle arrived at the gas station and found her body. Once police arrived, they started questioning several witnesses who were at the scene at the time of the shooting. The shooter fled the scene, and the cameras at the gas station were not operating the nights of the shooting. Unfortunately, they found no motive or suspects. 4 months later, this case is still ongoing.
Melanie, they all emphasize that the death of Kennedy Hobbs doesn't have to be in vain. Her passing could also be a turning point for all Jacksonians to step up and do their part. They want to make sure that everybody doesn't let other children get caught up in gun violence, no matter where they are or who's at fault.
Anyone with information about the shooting is asked to call Jackson Police Department or Crime Stoppers. Community members went to the Texaco gas station to place balloons at the pump, making a memorial to celebrate Kennedy's life. Several activists spoke out about gun violence.
No mother should lose their child, not to senseless violence.
Incidents like this happen, it is extremely important that the city communicates. Extremely important that the fears that, and the misinformation that can get out there, that is immediately, discarded with the truth, or discarded with some type of statement of some kind.
Kennedy's life and death can be a defining moment in this city. When it comes to these children, we gotta do something.
When we have black on black crime at such a high rate, no outcry, silence. Our kids can go 10 minutes up the road to a conservative-based community, not have to worry about weapons, not have to worry about anything. It speaks a lot about leadership.
She was a blessing to so many people. She made such a big impact, and it would be helpful if she received answers as the police still search for her killer. This is devastating. I will continue to keep her friends and family in my thoughts and prayers. It makes no sense that justice was not served in neither one of these cases. Then, after the fact, 2 other kids were shot at the gas station in the same area. So what is really going on?
Yeah, that's right. The Texaco gas station has become a familiar location for many, as just 3 weeks ago we had the tragedy of Kennedy Hobbs on June the 2nd, and now 2 more teens has become victims of gun violence at this very same location.
You guys, let me know your thoughts and your opinions about this. I'm thinking prevention. What can we do to prevent these situations? And making sure these cities have functional operating cameras. I'm not sure if any of these stories are linked together. You guys, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys. And with that being said, don't forget to check on your loved ones.
It's not a video game where you turn it off and you cut it back on and you start over from scratch. No. We're only here one time. It's sad, it's senseless, and I think it's starting to desensitize neighbors everywhere. Where once upon a time, if you hear gunshots, everybody's in fear. We're still in fear, but now it's a whole different type of fear. It's like, oh, well, it just happened.
I've never felt this way. And I'm trying to understand it, but at this point, it's hard to process. Why and how it transpired, I can't even get to that. But all I know is it's not right.
Taking innocent lives. Everyone that's leaving here is innocent. There's no motive behind anything. So hopefully this is the eye-opener to the young kids, her generation.